Hi, today is Tuesday morning. It's about 10:30 a.m. I'm doing a roof inspection in Potomac, Maryland, and I'm on the upper main roof as we speak. I'd like to go over a few things regarding the areas and condition of the roof with the procedures that need to take place with the roof replacement. The upper roof is a 612 pitch along with the lower two sides roof. That becomes a steep pitch for application measures. Whenever our guys are working on the roof, we've got a pretty easy setup with landscaping in the driveway to offload the shingles. Whenever we take off the roofing materials, we've got 2 layers of shingles and felt paper, flashings, and so forth that need to come off the roof as well. The current shingles are 25-year 3-tab shingles, but of course there's 2 layers of shingles, so that means that these shingles will prematurely fail. There's a couple of penetrations that I'd like to point out. You've got a chimney. This goes through the upper roof and also through the lower roof, so we will need 2 flashings installed on that brick chimney. You've got an attic fan, which is powered by electricity. You've got 2 plumbing pipes on the upper roof. And then on the lower roof, you've got a couple of vents, and those are considered turtlebacks, also slant louver vents, and they're also known as 750 louvers. So they may be hooked up to exhaust fans in a bathroom or a kitchen, or it could just be an attic ventilation. When we do the roof replacement, we're going to strip everything off of the roof down to the actual wood deck. Most likely there's plywood construction underneath the shingles. We'll do an inspection of the plywood to see what condition it is in. If it needs to be replaced because it's rotten or decaying, we'll replace it at that time. After the plywood decking is inspected, the next thing that needs to be done is to install the underlayment paper. There's 2 types of underlayment paper that will be used according to the manufacturer procedures and guidelines. First, we will install a rubber membrane. It's called ice and water shield. And that ice and water shield goes all the way across the perimeter of the roof next to the gutters, the front, and also the back of the house. It's 36 inches wide, so from the gutters 36 inches up, you'll have the rubber ice and water shield. And then the remainder of the roof, up and down both sides, will be covered with felt paper. The lower roofs on the sides of the house will have the same underlayment system with the ice and water shield and also the felt paper. We do install ice and water shield around any penetrations like pipes or chimneys. After the underlayment paper is put on, then we can use an aluminum flashing. It's called drip edge. That drip edge goes all the way around the perimeter, down both sides of the roof, behind the gutters on both the front and the back. And that prevents water from being blown back underneath the shingles in a rainstorm or from water wicking itself underneath the shingles. After the aluminum drip edge is put on, then we install the new pipe collars around the pipes, aluminum chimney flashing around the chimney. Right now you've got white flashing. It's most common to use either white, brown, or black. You pick a color that complements your shingles or the white brick. At that point, depending on if these vent covers are actually venting a fan, we'll put new vent covers on. If they're just venting the attic, we would recommend to use a ridge vent system instead of the vents. It'll give you more ventilation. So we would cover those vent holes up if they are only ventilating the attic, and then we would cut the peak of the roof out on the lower, the upper, and also the other lower side. What we're going to do is, right here, we're going to take a saw and we're going to cut a couple inches on either side of the peak. That's going to allow the attic to ventilate out of the very top of the roof system here, and it creates more of a ventilation system to help the attic breathe. If we do this type of ventilation system with the ridge vent, the attic fan would no longer be needed, so we could take that off and cover it over solid. The advantages of the ridge vent are it stretches from one end of the roof to the other. It's at the highest point of the roof, so heat naturally rises up, so it creates a natural ventilation system that does not require any power like your attic fan does. After we install all the accessories and components, then we can begin with the shingles. We always start down at the bottom of the roof, and we install starter strip shingles at the base of the roof next to the gutters. Those starter strip shingles help secure the first row of shingles down from being blown up in the wind. And then we shingle all the way up to the peak of the roof. We'll cover all three elevations, the two lower elevations and the upper elevation, with the new shingles of your choice. And then at that point we will finish the roof system off with a shingle over ridge vent. And it's a plastic ridge vent frame with a hip and ridge shingle. And that's going to allow for maximum protection from rain, debris, wind, and rodents, such as squirrels or birds. As we're working, we'll keep a clean work site. We'll take all of the debris with us. We usually use a utility trailer that allows us to have the job site cleaned up at the end of the job. We take it with us, and it is a nice, clean work site. There's a couple types of shingles that are very, very popular to install, and I'll go over the benefits of those after the video. The type of shingle you have now is a 3-tab shingle, and that is typically a 25-year shingle. Your next door neighbors have an architectural shingle. This is a 50-year shingle. It's becoming more and more popular. Two quick differences between the two is a wind rating. The 3-tab shingle that you have now is rated for 60 miles per hour, and the wind rating for an architectural shingle is rated for 130 miles per hour. So there's huge difference in the wind protection. The appearance is the biggest difference that most homeowners can pick up, and with a steep pitch like you've got, the appearance may be well worth the upgrade from the 25-year shingle to the architectural. This concludes the roof inspection.